Hello friends, today we are going to learn one more specific life cycle hook of LWC, which is render. In our previous session we have learned the life cycle hooks, which was connected callback, rendered callback and disconnected callback, and we have learned disconnected callback with one small specific example. Today we are going to learn rendered callback. Rendered callback is more specifically used to render the different templates based on the conditions. Let's say for example, one more specific reason I want to display the one HTML page, and for another specific reason I want to display the another HTML page. In that case we can use the rendered. Before I start explaining the example or whatever the code we can do inside the render, let me show you first the output on a community page, what I have done. Then I will explain the code and rest of the things. It will help to you more to understand how render is work. I have my community page is ready, which I have explained you in my previous window to hide and show and how disconnected callback is work. So today I have added these three buttons to explain the render lifecycle hook. So whenever I click on this saffron, it will render the another HTML template. When I click on this white, it will render the different template, and when I click on the green, it will render the third one. Let me click on this button and let's see what it's happening. So here we are seeing the background color of this card is saffron. When I click on white, the background color of this template is white. When I click on green, the background color of this card is green. So let's see how rendered callback, sorry, not rendered callback. Let's see how the rendered lifecycle hook is works. So let me explain you what the render lifecycle hook is. So whenever we use the render lifecycle hook, we will have to return the one HTML page. So without any return HTML page, it will give us the error. So we will have to return any HTML template when we use the rendered lifecycle hook. So here I have added the three buttons on my main HTML template. Let me show you first that we have that hello world and all this thing on my this div, and here I have added one more lightning card. Here I have added three buttons. One is for saffron, second is for white, and third one is for green. So whenever I will click on this button, I will render the different HTML template. So let's see what I have done on this click handler template change. I have added one method handle template change. Whenever I click on that button, it will give me the label. The label I have used in my HTML is the color names which I want to use. So it gives me the color name of that label, and it will change this reactive variable value. And in my rendered hook, I have used that variable as a use case. So in my switch case, I have used that card color. If card color is saffron, because it will give me the label here, right? And I have pasted label in my this variable. So whenever the color of that label of that card color variable is saffron, I am returning the saffron template. Whenever it's white, I am returning the white template. Whenever it's green, I am returning the green template. And default one is my hello world template, which we had seen on load of the page. So what these are the templates. These templates are, I have imported using this syntax, import and the file name of the template, and I can use any variable name here. So what and how I have done in my these templates and where we can create this template. Let me show you in folder structure hierarchy. So here, let's say for example, I have hello saffron HTML. Let open that hello saffron HTML. For the simple example of render, I didn't do anything except this div. I have just copied that hello world HTML whole template here in my saffron because I just want to showcase the how the different template we can render here. So I have just used this class is a saffron. Rest of the things is similar to that hello world HTML. I have these three buttons and that hello world text we have seen in my earlier videos. Using this class, I am just changing the style of this div. So for that, here the trick is whenever we going to create a different template, we will have to create the different CSS for that template specifically. The JS file can be single, but the style sheet will be different one. So here I have in my saffron CSS, I have added this class of div and the color of that my card. Here I have used SLDC design system. For this I will take another session how we can override or how we can style the lightning system or lightning component. So here I have class of my saffron HTML div is saffron and I have style using this. Rest of my button color style will be similar which was in my hello world CSS. On and here notice on load I have this color. I have used this div class in my hello world HTML. If you can see here in my hello world HTML, I have a div class sky blue and I have added this class color. Card color is background color this code. So whenever I click on my saffron button, it will call the handle template change method. It will change that my color variable, card color variable, and it will render the saffron template. In my saffron template, I have the div class is saffron, and in my saffron CSS, I have a saffron class style with that specific card. Similarly, I have done for the green and for the white. Let's say for example in my white, I do not need to give any div here because the white is default color, right? So I have not added anything here and this is not required anymore. It will not work because I don't have any class in my CSS, right? So the div is I have not added here, and here the CSS is for button is similar, but this is not required. So I can remove this. Okay. Similarly, I have done in my green. So in green, I have added this div class as a green, and in my CSS, I have this card color. Sorry, it's a saffron. It's a green CSS. It's a green card color. for the understanding purpose, I have added this console card color. So whenever we check on the page, I will show you how it change and how this template gets rendered based on the buttons click event. And one more thing here I would like to add, whenever we have HTML is different, but as I mentioned, just JS file will be single. So whenever the template will render, but on click of that button, I have a method is single on each of the template. In my green, I have also handled template change. In my saffron, I have the same method, handle template change, and in my white, I have the same method. So the JS will be same, but the template will be different. Now I think the code is clear. So we can see here, if I will click on saffron, it give me the color which is I have added in a console saffron. So the color will change. My saffron HTML template will be rendered over here. When I will click on white, it will change to the white, and white is default, so there is no need to change that. I mean, there is no need to add that div for that specific color. And when I click on this green, I have added this div tag with the color green. The card color will be green, and I have set it only the background color for the differentiate of the different template how those get rendered. So saffron, white and green. And here my internal which is remain same. Okay. So let me add one more button here which I will call as a go to bake. And when I click on bake, it will take to the initial color of that template. So to add the bake button and to render the default template, let's add one more button here. I am adding the bake button only here in saffron. So whenever we click on that saffron button, we can see the bake button. Here I am giving the label of that button is bake, and here I want the variant is not that saffron color. I want the variant, let me add brand as a default. So whenever I click on this bake button on JS, in my switch case, I have not added the bake as a case, any case. So whenever it comes to the bake, it give me the default template, hello world template. Let me deploy that saffron.html first. And let's see what happens in the community page. Let's see what happens with the bake button. Here I would like to highlight, I will not able to see that bake button on my community page directly because I have used LWR with the LWC. So Lightning Web Runtime. It not allows me to directly see the changes on my page. I will have to publish the website every time to see the changes on this page. So if you would want to see directly the changes here, you will have to use build your own Aura. I have used build your own LWC LWR. So let's refresh this page first, and then click on preview. And here if I will click on saffron, when I click on the bake, it takes me to the initial color of that template. Oh, we don't have that initial template color. I think we did some mistake. Let's see what is the mistake we have done. before we check in the code, I think on the load of the page, it shouldn't be the sky blue. Let's refresh this page. See here the default template has not that color. So we removed that sky blue class from the CSS, different CSS. I think when we were removing that from the white template, it was removed from the default template. Let's see in the code. Yes, I think so. When I was telling you we don't need this sky blue color in my hello white, because in my white.html I have not used that div because the lightning card default background color is white. So I think let's remove from here and let's deploy it first and then edit on the default hello world template and let's deploy it and let's see on the page it should be the on load of the page it should be the sky blue, and when we click on the saffron it should be also the sky blue. Let's refresh this page. So yeah, here on load it's a sky blue, and when I click on saffron it becomes saffron, and when I click on bake it becomes the sky blue again. See here I have added the back button only on saffron. So here I will click on white, it will not give me the back button. And when I click on green, it will also not give me the back button. I have added that back button on the saffron. So based on that you can identify I am rendering the different template on click of this button. Is this simple? How to render the different template based on the different requirement? Yes.